Good morning, girls. I have just gotten home from getting the kids on the bus. The sun is starting to come out. It's actually coming in my eyes that I cannot even see if I'm in focus right now. But today has been a busy morning. So far this morning, I've already had about half of my protein coffee. I've had 3 Amy Lou chicken sausages with half of an avocado and some broccoli sprouts. And now I'm just finishing off one of my Pillar Farms. I've shared these many of times. They are honestly like a really quick, easy way to get in 20 grams of protein. So I've had 3 of the Amy Lou chicken sausages, which was 15 or 18. I think it's 18 grams of protein. Then I'll have this, which will be 38 grams of protein for breakfast. And then, of course, my protein coffee, which will put me over 70 grams of protein, which will put me in a really good spot. And then, as I'm getting ready to take my morning supplements, the ones that I have after I have food, lately I've been making this little electrolyte. It's kind of like a fun drink. I think of it kind of like a party punch is the way I think about it. But I put in here like 24 ounces of flat water, just regular flat water, 1 electrolyte packet, as you would have saw. I'm getting ready to make one for Kaya too, so I have an extra one. 1 of the instant hydration electrolyte packets. This one is the raspberry. I like the watermelon one better, but this one's equally delicious. And then 1 of the Island Punch Spindrift. I'm a Waterloo girl. I am a Waterloo girl through and through. However, there's something about Spindrift when it comes to mixing with electrolytes that is chef's kiss. I love it so much. Now, when it comes to making a spritzer or anything else, I'm not a Spindrift girl. It doesn't have enough carbonation for me. But when it comes to mixing with flat water, I know that sounds kind of like weird because I'm just watering down the carbonation more. It just gives it like, remember the punch that we used to drink in like 7th grade where it was like 7-Up? And what was the fruit punch drink? Like Hawaiian Punch. I think it was like 7-Up and Hawaiian Punch is what they used to give us back in the 80s and the 90s. That's kind of what this reminds me of. The reason I love it is because when I take all of my morning vitamins, the most delicious tasting, many of these do not taste that great. It's a really good way for me to flush that down and get these vitamins in, and equally get my electrolyte in first thing in the morning and hydrate really well. So as you can see, I haven't gotten ready really yet today. I did blow dry my hair as straight as I possibly could in the few minutes that I had. So I'm gonna go ahead upstairs. I'm gonna finish getting ready for the day. Having one of these drinkable yogurts that's 20 grams. As I said, the Amy Lou chicken sausage with that little bit of avocado and broccoli sprouts is a great way to have sustenance and chew your food. But between these things and then bone broth, it's a really beautiful way to get your protein in first thing in the morning so that you have plenty of energy throughout the day. And then this delicious 1990s version of Healthy Punch, you can get in all of your supplements and you won't have any of that terrible aftertaste. And then equally, you're hydrating and getting your electrolytes in first thing in the morning. Okay, girls, so I have 2 lab reviews today, and also I see that I have 4 new clients starting next week. And so today is Thursday when I'm filming this. It's the Thursday prior to you seeing this. And to me, care starts with the first interaction that I have with somebody in my practice. And honestly, even before they decide to join my practice, the care that they get interacting with me here on YouTube or on Instagram or on TikTok. I'm not really active on TikTok, but I'm trying my best. For me, every small detail of care that I can provide, whether it is the free resources here on social media or the very nominal fee, the very inexpensive fee of 51 cents per day. I think I did the math yesterday or the day before. It's 51 cents per day to be a member of Living Well. And there is a lot of care that happens in there, like a lot of care. I'm in there 7 days a week answering questions to your most pressing health concerns. So for me, care begins with the smallest details, especially for women, because women's health has been so underfunded. It has been so under supported. And honestly, there has just been not a lot of transparency around the methods and the ways that we can support women on their health journey, whether it's from prepubescent all the way through puberty to being immediately put on birth control pills. We all know what women's healthcare has looked like in the past. Myself and many other female practitioners and male practitioners, but many female practitioners have made it our life's work to grow the awareness around women's healthcare, to make it accessible, to make it achievable for every person who wants to feel better in their body. And we're trying our best to do so in micro moments and also to help women feel empowered to begin to make these changes. So when I sit down at my computer and I prepare for these calls, especially lab reviews for women who are in perimenopause and menopause, the 2 clients that I'm seeing today, one is in perimenopause and one is in menopause. I start the consultations with letting them know that every piece of care that they're going to get from me, everything that we're going to include in their routine is going to be something that's foundational for helping them achieve balance. So whether it's balanced sleep, balanced energy, balanced nutrition, every aspect that we touch in functional nutrition, my goal, my number 1 priority is to bring balance to all elements of their life, especially when they're going through big changes. And I have to say that I feel like it's such a privilege that I get to work with women during these transitional times, because there's a really staggering statistic that I want to share with you girls that 77% of women in perimenopause and menopause say that their partner doesn't understand what they're going through. 60% of women say that it puts a strain on their relationships. And yet when care shows up, it changes the trajectory of all of that. When someone like myself can step in and give somebody the right tools, the right protocol, the right path to help them feel better, it changes these numbers dramatically. But to hear that 77% of women say that their partner doesn't understand what they're going through, and how could they? Like truly, how could they understand, right? It's like expecting a male to understand what it feels like when we're going through pregnancy or we're going through postpartum. Like it's nearly impossible for them to understand. And in addition to that, 60% of them say that it puts a strain on their relationships. And so when somebody can come in and help assist during this phase of life, it's kind of like throwing out a life raft. And I don't know why I'm picturing the Titanic right now, but that's what I'm picturing. I think of it as throwing out a life raft and then taking the weight of the world off of your shoulders. And I always say that to my clients in my practice, like, allow me, let me be the one to have to make everything work. You can just relax, sit back, follow the plan, bring in these beautiful rituals and routines that help you feel better. Eat the nutrient-dense food that I provide, that I tell you is going to help you feel your best, bring in the movement that we know is going to support your body, layer in strategic supplementation that's going to make an impact on you and how your body responds during this phase of life. And so if I can be that person, if I can be that lifeline to somebody, then I, at the end of the day, know that my work has been meaningful. And honestly, that has been one of the things that has inspired me the most to partner with Mira for their We Do Care campaign. I worked with Mira last month and the response was incredible. You all loved the information, the accessibility to your own data at home. And this current movement, the We Do Care campaign, is so much about flipping this narrative. It's about reminding women that you are seen, you are supported, and you are deeply cared for, whether it's by watching this YouTube video, whether it's about getting access to your data by purchasing and owning your own Mira device at home, or if it's with setting up a consultation with me to go over your Mira numbers to help you build a plan so that you can feel your absolute best. So care can come in so many different forms. It can come from partners, from kids, from friends, from community members here in the comment section down below. The community here on this YouTube channel is unbelievable. Everybody is so supportive of each other. And more than anything, it can come from the way that we care for our own health. So maybe that is getting in that protein-rich breakfast this morning and trying your best to get 7,000 steps before you started your workday. Maybe it is waking up a little bit earlier to get outside, to get that indirect sunlight into your eyes alongside your magnesium to properly synthesize your vitamin D, because we know vitamin D is a hormone precursor. That is also beautiful care that you can provide to yourself. And if you need somebody to help inspire you to do that, I hope that this video is exactly that. I hope that I can inspire you to add in 2 to 3 things by the end of today's video where you can begin to feel a little bit more cared for, and you can take a few action steps tomorrow to show your body that you are here for clarity and that you're not chasing perfection, because we all know that there's no such thing as a perfect diet, perfect hormone health. None of that exists. It's more so working with your body and aligning your system to bring in the action steps that help you feel your absolute best. As mentioned, I did a video last month about the Mira Menopause Transition Kit, and the response was amazing. I even have a few girls inside Living Well who are like sharing their numbers, sharing their data with me, which makes me so happy and so excited. As a practitioner, this is an absolute dream. When I tell you that I'm salivating that so many of my clients who are in perimenopause and menopause have purchased the Mira device, it makes my job, honest to goodness, so much more valuable, because we're not guessing, we're not using anecdotal evidence, which there is so much to be said about your body communicating with you. But no, Mira gives us real-time data from the comfort of your own home. So this is the Mira Menopause Transition Kit, and it gives you clear data, but more than that, girls, it gives us crystal clear clarity as to what's happening inside of your body on a day-to-day basis. From the comfort of your own home, you are able to measure your own hormones at home. And when we know our numbers, we can make decisions from compassion instead of confusion. And it's easy during a very transitional time like perimenopause and menopause to feel confused. And those very staggering statistics that I shared with you, that 77% of women report that their partner does not understand what they're going through, and 60% of women say that it strains their relationships. So when we can approach perimenopause and menopause with clarity and compassion, it removes much of this confusion and these elements of feeling like you're bearing the weight of the world on your shoulders and you're doing it alone. When we have data, which I always say, you all know that underneath all of this, I am a tech gadget lover. I should show you, I'm gonna show you girls, all of my gadgets over there. There's so many of them. Because at the end of the day, I'm a girl who loves data. I'm a girl who loves numbers. I'm very analytical when it comes to this, being a functional diagnostic nutritionist, as you can assume. I live and breathe crunching numbers, crunching the data, and looking at trends as to why we may be feeling a certain way, why you may wake up one morning and feel very differently than you did 2 days ago. And so seemingly, sometimes, anecdotally, yes, our bodies are communicating with us at all times, but seemingly sometimes it feels like we're hit by a Mack truck and everything has changed overnight. Well, when you have access to your own numbers and to your own data, we're able to take a peek at what's going on inside of our body and show up with that care and compassion for ourselves and share this information with the other people in our lives so that they can also deeply understand what we're going through. So the We Do Care campaign is beautiful and something that I was so excited to be a part of, because with our Mirror device and the We Do Care campaign, it's more than that. Truly, it's more than a campaign. It's a reminder that care isn't optional. I'm going to say that again. It's a reminder that care isn't optional. It is an absolute must. It's a ripple effect. You all know this. If you're a subscriber, if you're new, hi there, welcome. I hope you enjoy it here and you consider subscribing. But it's a ripple effect. And when we care for ourselves, it positively impacts the way that we care for others too. It really does have that beautiful ripple effect in how we show up for ourselves and our friends and our family and our community. And when we can understand what's happening in our body and care for ourselves and bring this compassion, we therefore then can bring this awareness and this level of comfort to others. So if you're in this stage of life or you love somebody who currently is, then you can join the We Do Care community through the link below. It is free, it is supportive, and it is full of resources that every single woman deserves. If you're in this stage of life, or perhaps you love somebody who is, then you can head down to the description box down below and you can join the We Do Care community. Together and through this movement, we can really change the narrative around women's health. And we can serve as that reminder, whether it's for ourselves or somebody we love, that they are seen, they are supported, and they are deeply cared for. So I will have the We Do Care community link for you in the description box down below, as well as the first pinned comment. You can check out the expert-led webinars, all of the beautiful resources, and you can filter through and pick and choose what helps you feel most supported and those in your life who may benefit from this information and a little bit of extra care. So I will have that link for you in the description box down below, as well as the first pinned comment. I'm so excited. Yeah. Well, you'll see. Yeah, you're gonna see when we go through everything today. Absolutely. So girls, so I have changed again, well partially. I just put on, these are the Gap sweatpants, not the ones I wore in my Bake With Me video. This is like the crew neck sweatsuit sweatpants, but I figured the blue, it's cozier than the jeans to go outside to sit at soccer until late. Also, I just made one of my ginseng teas, my absolute obsession, and I'm finishing my second of our water bottles. So we did our full electrolyte with half water, half Spindrift this morning. Then I did another full water, and then this is my second water, but third refill of this. So I'm almost done with 2 full waters, and then I did the first electrolyte Spindrift with that. So definitely hydrated today, which is good when I'm running around and I'm on client calls and so busy. I've got coffee prepped for tomorrow. When I get home, I will prep my protein coffee. My other Yeti, I just popped it into the dishwasher from earlier today. So when we get home from soccer, I'll be able to unload the dishwasher and then prep my other Yeti with all of our ingredients. So our creatine, our gelatin, our protein, our collagen, our pumpkin spice, like the actual pumpkin spice to make it the pumpkin spice protein coffee. This recipe will be linked for you in the description box down below if you're unsure about what I'm talking about. So let's go ahead and get our tea ready to go, head out the door to soccer. And I want to thank you girls so much for watching today's video. I just have a feeling tonight will get busy. But on these weeks when I'm on my own, the nights get busy and packed. But I want to thank you girls so much for hanging out with me today. And I want to encourage you to check out that link in the description box down below, as well as the first pinned comment for the We Do Care community that Mira is putting together. This campaign is an absolute movement and something that I know each and every one of you can stand behind to give women support and women's health support in a time of transition that typically hasn't been given a ton of resources. Well, Mira has done all of the hard work for us, and they've put together a beautiful asset for us to use via the We Care community. So I will have that link for you in the description box down below, as well as the first pinned comment. And I want to thank you girls so much for watching. And if you enjoyed today's video, you can let me know by giving it a big thumbs up. And now the subscribe button is right over here on the screen. Give that a click, that way you don't miss a single video. And I hope to see you back here next Thursday.